So hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we are going to discuss a very important topic that was in the news in the last 1 or 2 weeks, and that is India and UK has signed a free trade agreement. So we will discuss this in detail because it is very important. So from exam point of view also, and as a consumer also, because you will get benefit also. Okay, so we'll discuss that, and of course, since it is an important free trade agreement, and I would say also, especially because Britain, I'm sure you must have heard, had come out of European Union called as Brexit, and after that, of course, Britain was supposed to do a separate deal with India, right? That is what we'll be discussing. So let us begin with today's class. So am I audible, visible? Is everything fine? If yes, then please write yes. अगर मेरी आवाज आ रही है एक बार तो आप कमेंट्स में लिख दो yes, you're audible. Okay, let's begin. Yes, good afternoon, guys. Yes, I think I'm audible, visible. So let us begin with the first question. I will keep on discussing with the help of question. India and UK recently signed which of the following free trade agreement? CEPA, CETA, SECA, or EFTA? Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement, Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, or EFTA? What is the right answer? कौन सा वाला साइन हुआ है? थोड़ा थोड़ा डिफरेंस होता है. All are free trade agreement, but there are differences. Yes, Ajinkya and Harsh, you both are right. I'm expecting everyone to answer. सबको आंसर कीजिए. काफी न्यूज में था, ये अखबार में आया था. It was very much in the newspapers. The right answer is CETA, Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement. B is the right answer. So these are the four prominent agreements. एक को कहते हैं Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement. Second is Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement. This we have done with UK. Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, and EFTA, Economic Cooperation Trade Agreement. This we had done 2-3 years back with Australia. CEPA we have done with UAE. UAE I think जापान से भी किया है. ठीक है. So सबसे most powerful कौन सा होता है? सबसे तगड़ा होता है. Like the most powerful trade agreement. It includes intellectual property rights, goods, services, investment, everything. ठीक है. Okay, उससे थोड़ा सा कम होता, slightly less is CETA, which we have signed with UK. This is the top one. Then CETA. Then we have SECA, which is slightly lesser, deeper cooperation oriented, and the fourth one is the last one. This is in accordance with the free trade agreement, the degree of the free trade agreement. This is the most best one. This is the second best, third best, and fourth best. Like this. एक rough idea होना चाहिए. इतना रटना नहीं है detail, but you should know it. We have signed this with UK, CETA. Best ये वाला होता है, और जैसे UAE के साथ we have signed it, है ना? In 2022. So we have signed CETA, Comprehensive Economic Trade Oriented more होगा, है ना? Agreement. That is what you should be knowing. Now we are having another question. The agreement between India and UK was signed on which date? Why I'm asking date? Because if you see CLAT 2021, there were occasions where they had asked dates. कि शेख मुजीबुर रहमान का assassination date पूछा था. Okay, they had asked it, which was 15th August 1975. Then similarly, they had asked about Universal Declaration of Human Rights का date पूछा था. So the date is 10 December 1948. That is why we celebrate Human Rights Day on this day. This was asked in AILET next year. Okay, so dates they are asking. Do not say कि dates important नहीं, because they can ask. I'm waiting for the response. बताइए. Right answer is option B, 24 July. So 26 July is actually Kargil Vijay Divas. So 2 days before that. So B is the right answer. आप देख सकते हो. So read it carefully. This is a very important topic because we have been seeing this in news. India-UK Comprehensive Economic Trade Agreement, that is CETA, also referred to as India-UK Free Trade Agreement, is a free trade agreement. Negotiation started since January 2022. So जब बातचीत जो उससे रिलेटेड थी वो जनवरी 2022 से शुरू हुई, लेकिन इतना टाइम लग गया. It is a second comprehensive free trade agreement that India had concluded with European country after EFTA. Okay. Now it means we have done another agreement with some European countries called as EFTA. That's why we are calling it as second one. इससे पहले भी यानी किसी यूरोपियन कंट्रीज के साथ कुछ एग्रीमेंट वगैरह हुआ है ना? एंड ये जो अभी साइन हुआ है सीटा, दैट हैज बीन साइंड ऑन 24 जुलाई. Now I'll ask questions from here because IFTA is also very, very important. So we will discuss IFTA also and CETA also. So let us first discuss IFTA, European Free Trade Agreement. So देखो ये CETA था, ये वाला CETA है, तो इस पर हम लोग आएंगे. We'll come to that. But before that, let's begin. Let's talk about IFTA. It says the European Free Trade Agreement is a regional trade organization and free trade area consisting of ex-European states. What is X? कितने यूरोपियन कंट्रीज का ये था एग्रीमेंट? इंडिया had a free trade deal with IFTA. How many countries are there in that IFTA? Even this year it is important. I'll tell you why. Last year this question आया था, answer is 4. European Free Trade Agreement. This is not European Union. European Union थोड़ी पूछ रहे हैं, EFTA पूछा था, है ना? So European Free Trade Agreement Association. This was done with India, and there were 4 countries involved in this. 4 European countries with India. Now the question is, which of the following is not a part of IFTA? Sweden, Norway, Switzerland, Liechtenstein. CLAT की बुक्स कहाँ पर मिलेंगे? Funny for English. If you are a paid batch student, you will be provided modules by the company, by the career launcher. Otherwise, books तो मार्केट में मिलेंगे, Amazon वगैरह भी मिल जाएंगे. Of 4 countries, yes. अब कोई बताना है IFTA का पार्ट कौन सा? ये लास्ट ईयर एग्रीमेंट हुआ था, but even this year also it is very important. Yes, Ajinkya, very good. The right answer is Sweden was not a part of it. So A is the right answer. देखो ये है यूरोपियन फ्री ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट. Regional 4 European states: Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Switzerland. Okay, so this you should be doing it. So अगर आप देखोगे in Norway, Iceland, यहाँ पर है स्विट्जरलैंड, और यहीं पे कहीं मिलेगा लिechtenstein. ठीक है. So these are the 4 countries: Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, Switzerland. So these had done agreement with India last year. देखो 10th March 2024, IFTA with these 4 countries. Now लेकिन इस साल न्यूज में था. This was in the news this year also. Why? Because agreement तो तब साइन हुआ, implement इस साल होगा. This year it will be implemented. Is it clear? India IFTA trade pact to be implemented on 1st October this year. Like, are you able to see? We had signed this IFTA last year on March 2024, but it will be implemented this year. Okay. So what will get benefit? Like, these are 4 countries. So Swiss watches, chocolates, cut and polished diamonds will have lower duty. So it means we will get it cheaper, especially Swiss watches. I'm sure you must be aware. Switzerland watch companies, like, have you heard about this? Rado, Rolex, Tag Heuer. So these are these brands. Tissot. So the 2 sides TIPA. So IFTA और इंडिया के बीच जो agreement हुआ था, इंडिया और IFTA means 4 European countries. They had signed an agreement. उसका नाम था TIPA, Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement. This has to be crystal clear. Let me write it clearly. India with IFTA. IFTA means 4 European countries, which we have discussed. There were agreements between the 2. This agreement is called as TIPA. Is that clear? I think it's clear. Okay. तो इसमें क्या क्या है? पहले तो है initial investment of $100 billion in 15 years. यानी these 4 countries will invest $100 billion in India in the next 15 years. Okay, and we will get various products cheaper, है ना, because we will reduce the import taxes. तो देखो ऐसे कॉन्सेप्ट कैसे वर्क करता है, देखो मैं बताता हूँ. फॉर एग्जांपल अगर स्विट्जरलैंड से कोई वॉच आ रही है and we have put import taxes or import duties, India has put, so it will become costly. Let's say the cost, the watch cost is 5,000 rupees, and government of India puts, let's say, 3,000 rupees import duties. So in India the cost will become 8,000. But now after signing the TIPA with these 4 countries, if the Indian government removes this import duty, so in India it will become cheaper, let's say 5,000 rupees only. That is what the idea is. Okay. Okay. तो आप देख सकते हो. So we'll see Swiss watches like chocolates, cards, polished diamonds at lower or zero duties. So for example, you can see Tissot watches and a Rolex, Tag Heuer. These are very famous Swiss watches. So it's from Switzerland companies. So these will become cheaper. That's the idea behind this. Okay. So Rolex की तो बहुत महंगी आती है. Even Rado is also there. It's also a Swiss company. So these will become cheaper. And the block means by EFTA. These 4 nations, Iceland, Liechtenstein, Norway, and Switzerland, has decided to spend or invest $100 billion in the next, so $50 billion in the next 10 years, and the rest $50 billion in the next 5 years. So basically $100 billion in 15 years will be split like this. $50 billion, 10 years, and the rest $50 billion next 5 years. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. And out of these 4, Switzerland is the biggest trading partner with us. Okay, so I'm not currently in India-UK free trade agreement. I'm first talking about EFTA. Okay, so these are the things. Even in service sectors, we'll get the benefit, etc. That's what you should know. है ना? आप देख सकते हो, this was signed on 10th March 2024, TIPA, Trade and Economic Partnership Agreement. But it will be implemented this year. On 1st October 2025, it will be implemented. That's why it is very, very important. Let's move on to the next. Anna. So we have done with this. This we are done. Anna. Okay. These are the things you should know. इसमें इतना detail नहीं जाना. India is offering 82.7% tariff lines. इतना detail नहीं जाना. इतना नहीं. हाँ, we will provide services also, digital services in mode 1. Will give better access in mode 1, mode 3, and mode 4. पहले ये पता होना चाहिए. I'm sure you must be aware what is mode 1, 2, 3, and 4 under WTO. So services are provided in 4 categories under WTO. Mode 1 means, let's say, for example, if no one is moving, let's say you are sitting in India and you are watching a paid class from US, online class. This is mode 1, and you are paying through online mode. The next is mode 2. You are doing consumption. It means you as an Indian citizen, Indian is going to USA to learn. You have physically gone there, right? So that is called as, and let's say you want to study in Harvard and you have gone there. This is mode 2 of service. Mode 3 means the foreign company is coming in your India. Let's say this is India, and let's say there is a UK bank, HSBC. They are coming to India and setting up their own offices. This is called as mode 3 in services. Mode 4 means an IT engineer being sent to Germany. This is, for example, mode 4 means, for example, an Indian is going to Germany to do the job. That's mode 4. Okay. So these are the different modes. इसमें just service provider goes. Okay. इसमें क्या consumer ही आता है खुद. Consumer goes. That's the difference between mode 2 and mode 4. तो ये चारों modes आते हैं services के. So they are saying it, if we have done EFTA with these 4 nations, we'll have increased services, improved, better access in mode 1, mode 3, and mode 4. These are the things you should know. Okay. एक चीज और कहा गया है कि we will provide TRIPS level, but TRIPS is I'm sure you must be aware, trade related aspects on intellectual property scheme. TRIPS is actually a WTO initiative to protect intellectual property rights at world level. ये पता होगा TRIPS. Trade related aspects of intellectual property rights. So TRIPS is being implemented. So whenever we are having trade with these 4 countries, we will ensure that their intellectual property rights, their copyrights, their trademarks are protected. That is the idea. and we will ensure sustainable development. These are the things. ठीक है, so we are done with this. तो हम लोगों ने इंडिया EFTA का agreement डिस्कस कर लिया mostly, which is called as TIPA, right? So we have done India EFTA, which is the 4 European countries. So they have signed TIPA. That is what you should know. Now let us talk about this one. India UK Free Trade Agreement. This is called a CETA, and this is with India with UK. Now let's talk about this. तो अगर आप देखोगे, India and UK concluded negotiations on 6 May and finally it was decided on 24 July. And if you see it carefully, there were almost 14 rounds. The 15 rounds of talks happened. It started in January 2022, and now we are reaching this agreement. So what are these things? So first of all, you should know a lot of Prime Minister of England came. So initially there was Boris Johnson. When we were doing the deal in 2022, then Rishi Sunak came. Then again, we are having Keir Starmer as the Prime Minister. Okay, so finally the deal happened here after 3 Prime Ministers. Talks with 3 Prime Ministers. So that's what you should know. And so we have already done EFTA. Yes. अब इसमें हम लोग सीटा के बारे में एक चीज जानेंगे और डबल कंट्रीब्यूशन कन्वेंशन जानेंगे. This is also very important, which is a part of CETA. So let us begin. अब इसमें क्या सबसे important चीज क्या है? We have to understand. Under the deal, UK has removed tariff of 99% of its product lines. However, not all of these product lines exported by sector analysis. As currently export to the US such as textile, footwear, carpet, automobile, seafood, etc. and fresh grades will now enter UK duty free. अब देखो इसमें बता ये रहे हैं कि इंडिया जो है एक्सपोर्ट जो कर रहा है यूके को क्या क्या, टेक्सटाइल, फुटवेयर, कारपेट, ऑटोमोबाइल यानी कार, मोटरसाइकिल एक्सेट्रा, है ना, सी फूड और फ्रेश फ्रूट्स लाइक ग्रेप्स, मैंगो, ये सब इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी पे 0 लगेगा इफ वी विल एक्सपोर्ट टू यूके. ठीक है, और इसका वर्थ कितना बताया जा रहा है? $6.5 बिलियन का. तो 45% ऑफ टोटल एक्सपोर्ट्स जो अभी whatever we are exporting to UK, 45% of the total export comprises of these things, and इन पर अब टैक्स नहीं लगेगा, ड्यूटी फ्री हो जाएगा. So import duty would not be there. So of course it will be helpful in it will increase the competitiveness where chances of being sold in UK market is higher. कुछ ऐसी चीजें, there are something actually which are already 0 duty, like petroleum, pharmaceuticals, dawa. We are already exporting. India is already exporting medicines to UK duty free. Diamonds, aircraft components, these 4 are already duty free. That is what you should know. Now, अब रिवर्स में आप लोग देखते हैं. रिवर्स मींस व्हेन यूके विल एक्सपोर्ट टू अस, तब क्या क्या होगा? मींस व्हिच विल कॉल इट इज इंडियाज इंपोर्ट्स. तो एक तो अल्कोहल पर रिड्यूस होगा. इस पर काफी ज्यादा न्यूज हुआ था. इट वाज वेरी मच इन द न्यूज बिकॉज द यूरोपियन कंट्रीज हैव टाइम एंड अगेन सेड दैट इंडिया पुट्स अ लॉट ऑफ टैरिफ्स ऑन अल्कोहल्स. देन ब्रिटिश कार्स एंड इंजीनियरिंग प्रोडक्ट्स विल बिकम चीपर. एक अल्कोहल हो गया, दूसरा हो गया ब्रिटिश कार्स, और तीसरा हो जाएगा इंजीनियरिंग प्रोडक्ट्स. इसमें क्या हो जाएगा? ड्यूटी विल बी रिड्यूस्ड इंपोर्ट ड्यूटी. सो उससे क्या हो जाएगा? यूके's कंपनी कैन सेंड मोर, राइट? So it will become cheaper. Alcohol, British made alcohol, British made cars and British engineering goods will become cheaper in India. Okay, so for example, this was very much in the news that Scotch and whiskey, earlier India used to put 150% tax. Now it will be half to 75%. So that was in the news. कि आधा हो जाएगा British manufactured whiskey in India. Half price it will become. Okay, तो जैसे मान लो इंग्लैंड से they are sending the whiskey. Let's say earlier the price was 1000 rupee. So India used to put tax of 150%. मतलब इसका जो import duty था on whiskey was 1500 rupees. So net price कितना हो जाएगा? Final price would be 2,500 in India. That was the price. But now the government has said we will reduce it by, instead of 150%, that will be 75%. ये हो जाएगा 750 rupees. So new price will be 1755, 1750. That's the concept. Okay. This is what you should know. Now, whiskey was UK's 5th largest product in India. Okay, that's what you should know. So इसमें ये कहा कि they will reduce by half to 75%, but over a period of 10 years, the tariff will be reduced to 40%. ठीक है, तो शुरू में ऐसा है कि 75% तक reduce करेंगे, and if I have to 75%, if 50 to 75% reduce करेंगे, ठीक है, फिर बाद में 40% over the 10 years करेंगे. That's what the idea is. मतलब धीरे-धीरे phase manner में this will be reduced. Now one more thing, लेकिन problem क्या, domestic alcoholic beverage industry, will it get benefited or at loss? बताइए. If the UK whiskey are being sold, the whiskey coming from UK, if the import duty is reduced, will it impact the domestic manufacturer positively or negatively? Yes or no? बताइए. Positively or negatively? इससे आपको कॉन्सेप्ट समझ में आ जाएगा कि आपको आता है कि नहीं, इकोनॉमिक्स समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं. प्लीज टेल मी. Anyone? Negatively, yes. Why? Because of course they will come cheaper, so imports will become cheaper, so the domestic manufacturer will not be able to compete properly. Yes, Riba, right? So domestic manufacturers have said, flagged the potential dumping concerns that maybe they will send. The domestic manufacturing of alcoholic beverages will get impacted. That is what they have said. Okay. Now one more thing: cars, British cars like Aston Martin, Bentley. Okay, so these are famous one. Morris Garages is also there, right? So these British cars, like you can see, yes, Aston Martin, Mini Cooper will get cheaper up to 40%. That was in the news. So British-made luxury cars like Aston Martin, Mini Cooper could get cheaper for India, roughly 25 to 40% तक सस्ती हो जाएगी. Because of course we are reducing import taxes. We are signing free trade agreements, so we are reducing import duties. Okay. So tariffs on imports of internal combustion cars will be slashed to 30 to 50% in the first year's implementation. But it will be limited to 20,000 cars only. तो उसमें कुछ लिमिट लगा दिए कि इतने तक सील होगा तभी, इससे ज्यादा में नहीं. Okay, so these are like Aston Martin, Mini Cooper. I'm sure you must have seen these cars if you live in big cities like Mumbai, Delhi. Similarly, Rolls-Royce, very famous. It also manufactures aircraft engines. शायद आपको पता होगा, है ना? So Rolls-Royce and Bentley almost would be 50% lesser. Okay, so this is Rolls-Royce. I'm sure you must be aware of it. And these comes in crores. The prices are generally in crores and are more than 1, 2, 3 crores. And this is Bentley. I'm sure you must have seen it in big cities. Yes, I have seen both Bentley and Rolls-Royce. If you live in big cities, you must have seen. So these are the things. So we will get these things cheaper. Now the thing is, the CETA restricted to trade only, or is it for services also? That's the question. So the answer is yes, for services also. Yes. Anna. For example, accounting, auditing, financial services, telecom, and environmental services. The UK British firm can come to India in these. But the most important thing is, and they will be treated at par with Indian firms. Means Indian law will treat both the British firms which came to India for accounting, auditing, financial service, telecom, environment services, and Indian firms equally. But the most important thing is legal services is not there. This is the most important thing. Star market. यही पूछेंगे एग्जाम में. India has agreed to recognize UK professional qualification in law. यानी UK की डिग्री एग्री कर देंगे, लेकिन लीगल सर्विसेज नहीं अलाउड है. Still, I'm sure you must be aware, इस पे काफी सारे केसेस भी हुए थे. That whether the British or the foreign lawyers should be recognized in India. they are allowed to fight cases. But till now, it is not recognized. Even in UK, we have done an agreement with UK. We have allowed services like accounting, auditing, financial service, telecom, and environment, but not legal. This is the most important thing you should be knowing. Okay, ये को बताना चाहिए. India, UK has agreed to grant commercial presence rights to Indian companies like computer service consultancy, environment service, and but यही सबसे important यही पूछेंगे UK legal service. Okay. Now there's something called as double contribution convention. ये भी समझना जरूरी. For example, let's say sometimes it happens that Indian has gone to UK for studying, and the person is doing a job also. हाँ. So sometimes ऐसा होता है कि social security benefits, जैसे PF वगैरह होता है. ठीक है. So he is paying in India also and paying in UK also. Yes, Riva, the citizen of India can come back and he is a citizen of India, so he can register. Yes. तो जो लीगल है ना वही बता रहा हूँ कि यूके की जो लॉ की डिग्री वो एक्सेप्ट की जाएगी, बट नॉट ऑफ ब्रिटिश फॉर्म. जैसे मान लो कोई ब्रिटिश फॉर्म है, ब्रिटिश लीगल फॉर्म, और इंडिया के अपने ऑफिस खोले और फिर वो केस फाइट करवाए, नो दैट कैन नॉट हैपन. ठीक है, दैट्स द आइडिया. बट इफ यू हैव गॉट अ लॉ डिग्री फ्रॉम सम अदर कंट्री एंड यू कम बैक, देन ऑफ कोर्स देयर आर सम रूल्स अंडर व्हिच यू कैन ऑफ कोर्स योर लाइक लॉ डिग्री विल बी रिकॉग्नाइज्ड, है ना. दैट्स द आइडिया. लेकिन लीगल सर्विसेज फॉरेन की नहीं अलाउ किया गया है, ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. ठीक है. नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सोशल सिक्योरिटी. फॉर एग्जांपल, लेट्स से देयर इज एन इंडियन हु इज पेइंग पीएफ एटसेट्रा हियर आल्सो. ही हैज गॉन टू यूके फॉर अ शॉर्ट अर्निंग, लेट्स से 3-4 मंथ्स. वहां भी वो जो है सोशल सिक्योरिटी का पेमेंट कर रहा है, बोथ द प्लेसेस, लाइक पीएफ, पेंशन, व्हाटएवर इट इज द केस. तो डबल कंट्रीब्यूशन कन्वेंशन में ये है कि ऑफ कोर्स यू हैव टू पे ओनली इन वन प्लेस. Under the DCC, UK will allow 75,000 Indian workers on short UK assignment to continue paying into India's social security system without also paying the same in UK. यानी कि अगर आप मान लीजिए शॉर्ट विजिट 6 महीने साल भर के लिए जॉब करने गए, हाँ, आप यहाँ भी पीएफ पे कर रहे हो, वहां भी पे कर रहे हो, तो उस अब क्या हो जाएगा, डबल कंट्रीब्यूशन कन्वेंशन के अंदर यू आर सपोज टू पे सोशल सिक्योरिटी स्कीम्स अंडर लाइक ईपीएफओ, पीएफओ जो भी है ना, ओनली इन इंडिया एंड नॉट इन यूके. ठीक है, दैट्स द आइडिया बिहाइंड दिस, है ना. फिर ये सब हम लोगों ने डिस्कस कर लिया, मिड साइज कार्स एटसेट्रा. And nascent industries वगैरह products with no duty considered being given for electric. हाँ, the idea behind the quota quantity is to allow the domestic industry enough time to prepare for compete with UK imports. For the nascent industry, जैसे electric vehicles को अभी नहीं, इसमें नहीं दिया गया, no duty concession. यानी we have not reduced duty concession for electric, hybrid and hydrogen powered vehicles for the first 5 years. ठीक है, ये इंपॉर्टेंट है. देखो पेट्रोल वगैरह बेस कार्स पे तो दिया गया है, लेकिन इस पे नहीं दिया गया. इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स पर देयर इज नो कंसेशन. Why? Because if there is a concession, then foreign countries' electric vehicle will come and destroy the domestic manufacturing. Okay, इसीलिए इसमें नहीं दिया गया. And the deal will not come immediately. At least it will take 6 months because you have to ratify by the parliament of both the countries. ऐसा नहीं कि अगले दिन शुरू हो जाएगा. दोनों पार्लियामेंट से रेटिफाई, साइन, अप्रूव करवाना पड़ेगा. दोनों मतलब इंग्लैंड और ब्रिटेन, इंग्लैंड की और इंडिया के पार्लियामेंट से. So of course it will take 6 months time at least. That's the idea. ठीक है, तो आप देख सकते हो, है ना. एग्रीकल्चर में भी ओपन अप ड्यूटी फ्री फॉर नियरली ऑल इंडियन एग्रीकल्चर एक्सपोर्ट्स. तो इंडिया का जो एग्रीकल्चर एक्सपोर्ट्स है वो ब्रिटेन जा सकता है आराम से. That's the idea. We will send services में शेफ्स, योगा इंस्ट्रक्टर्स एंड आर्टिस्ट को भी हम लोग भेजेंगे. That's also you should know. ठीक है. करेंटली जो बायलैटरल ट्रेड एग्रीमेंट है बिटवीन इंडिया एंड यूके $56 बिलियन. इसमें मर्चेंटाइज जो होता है, यानी गुड्स का जो एक्सपोर्ट है $23 बिलियन ट्रेड है, $33 बिलियन जो है सर्विसेज का, टोटल $56 बिलियन ट्रेड इज देयर विद इंडिया एंड ब्रिटेन. ओके, है ना. CETA also provides an unprecedented duty-free access in 99% of India's export to UK, covering nearly 100% of trade volume. It includes labor. Yes, ये important है. Why is labor-intensive sector so important? So products like textile, leather, marine, gem and jewelry and toys will be easily exported from India to UK. Why we are focusing on this? Anyone? बताइए क्यों? क्योंकि कॉन्सेप्ट होता है जॉबलेस ग्रोथ. जॉबलेस ग्रोथ. सो जॉबलेस ग्रोथ का मतलब ये होता है कि जीडीपी इज इंक्रीजिंग बट जॉब्स आर नॉट क्रिएटेड। इसका सॉल्यूशन बोला जाता है कि वी हैव टू इंप्रूव द लेबर इंटेंसिव सेक्टर, नॉट कैपिटल इंटेंसिव। यानी उस इंडस्ट्री को प्रमोट कीजिए जहां लेबर एम्प्लॉयमेंट जनरेशन ज्यादा हो, जैसे टेक्सटाइल, लेदर, मैरीन, जेम्स एंड ज्वेलरीज। सो इफ विल गिव दैट, देन व्हाट विल हैपन? What will happen? It will provide an unlimited duty-free access to 99. So इससे होगा क्या? So India will generate more employment. That is the idea. So if Indian textiles are easily exported to UK without any import duties, leather and marine products. That's the idea. ठीक है? से आपको पता होना चाहिए, है ना? अब देखो ये सब पहले इतना टैक्स लगता था, अब 0% लगेगा नाउ आफ्टर FTA। देखो प्रोसेस फूड्स यानी जैसे मान लीजिए बिस्किट वगैरह और इंडिया से जा रहा है, तो पहले 70% टैक्स लगता था ब्रिटेन में, अब नाउ विल हैव टू पे ऑन 0%। वेजिटेबल ऑयल्स, ट्रांसपोर्ट, ऑटो, इफ वी आर एक्सपोर्टिंग फ्रॉम इंडिया, एंड इलेक्ट्रिकल मशीनरीज 16% लगता, अब ये पूरा 0% हो गया। ठीक है, सो दैट्स द आइडिया बिहाइंड दिस, है ना? इंडिया को फायदा क्या होगा? वी विल एक्सपोर्ट दीस थिंग्स विद 0% ड्यूटी। रिवाइज आस्किंग सर डिलिमिटेशन 4 टाइम्स कैसे हुआ? डिलिमिटेशन 1951, 1961, 1971 और आई थिंक एक 2001 के आसपास हुआ था आफ्टर दैट, बट इट वाज डन ऑन 1971 सेंसस, सो देयर आर 4 डिलिमिटेशन। ठीक है, वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस, है ना? एंड की फीचर्स ऑफ द एग्रीमेंट इंक्लूड, वो मैंने किसी का क्वेश्चन का आंसर बताया था, आई हैव आंसर्ड समवन्स क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग सेंसस। रिवा, आई होप इट्स क्लियर। 1951, 1961, 1971 and 2001, these are the 4 delimitation exercise. Fine. So let's come back to our topic. We were talking about India-UK free trade agreement. Okay, you can see it here. 99% of Indian exports will enjoy zero duty access. That is what you should know. Now the most important thing is exemption. ये important है. We have not opened what? India has safeguarded sensitive sectors like dairy. Why we have safeguarded? मैंने आपको कई बार बताया, whenever India does an agreement, it does not allow dairy, so duty-free access to dairy products from UK or any other country. Because मान लो अगर UK से duty-free dairy products India में आ जाएगी, so India has a huge dairy farming industry, animal husbandry, that will be destroyed because cheaper products will come from UK. So we have to protect this. We have discussed time and again. Cereal, millets, pulses, ये सब में allow नहीं किया. We have not allowed, right, the UK company to come to India with the cheaper duties. ठीक है, is it clear? Is it clear? Yes or no? People are not responding. I don't know what happened. ठीक है, I think it's clear because it is important. That's why I'm saying. समझ में आया ना? देखो मैं बताता हूँ. For example, let's say UK is sending its dairy product. Dairy product मतलब कोई dairy product बताओ, जैसे cheese to India. और we have removed import duty. The domestic manufacturer of India, जो domestic में cheese या dairy farming कर रहे थे, उनको नुकसान हो जाएगा. They will lose. That's why we always protect dairy industries. Even जब हम लोगों ने, the reason why we did not sign RCEP, Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership, is because of this dairy. ठीक है, ये सब में we cannot give space. However, we have allowed to open our markets for alcoholic beverages by reducing the import tax. Allowing to open market का पता क्या, पहले भी तो आता था, but opening the market means we are reducing the import taxes or import duties. ठीक है, these are the things you should know, है ना? UK will offer us agriculture. It means Indian goods can be sent to UK. 95% are duty free. That's the idea behind this. So हमारा जो agriculture products है वो हम लोग बेच सकते हैं वहां. ठीक है, that's the idea behind this. अब इतना डिटेल नहीं जाना है, फ्रेश हो गया. मैरिन प्रोडक्ट्स में भी बता रहे कितना डेटा उठा नहीं याद रखना है. ओके, आई थिंक दैट इज मोर देन इनफ. हाँ, इंडिया एक्सपोर्ट्स लेदर एंड फुटवेयर टू यूके, तो इसमें भी बेनिफिट होगा. नाउ विल गेट 0% ड्यूटी. सो यूके में, खास के यूपी में जैसे कानपुर इज फेमस फॉर लेदर इंडस्ट्रीज. सो दीज लेदर इंडस्ट्रीज, दिस विल जनरेट leather products and it can be sent to UK and other countries. Okay, that's the idea behind this. Engineering products also. तो अब we will export India से जो engineering products UK भेजेंगे, that will be cheaper because now UK will allow us to send those things. Engineering products के सोचे nut bolt, हथौड़ी हो गया, pliers हो गया, और many other things. These are the things it will get duty free. So when we will export it to UK, it will become cheaper. That's the idea behind this. है ना? Electronic equipment, etc. अब इतना डिटेल नहीं जाना है. हाँ, this is very important. Health sector. Now, surgical equipments like diagnostic ECG machine, etc., will not attract any duty. This will reduce cost for Indian medtech companies and their product in UK market, and make their product more competitive in the UK market. हाँ, इंडियन जेनरिक्स. अब देखो क्या होगा अगर हमको इंडिया से जेनरिक दवा भेजनी. इंडिया इज फेमस फॉर एक्सपोर्टिंग फार्मास, है ना. तो ये कि although previously also बहुत सारे पे taxes नहीं लग रहा था, but now of course it will become, even the medicines will become even cheaper. We will export. हाँ, medical devices, X-ray, ECG machines है ना. So it will reduce cost for Indian medtech exporters. For example, जैसे मान लो हम लोग ये बनाए, इसको कहते हैं एक्सरे मशीन. ये ECG होता है, इलेक्ट्रोकार्डियोग्राम, है ना, हार्ट वगैरह के लिए होता है, हार्ट चेक करने के लिए. Similarly, MRI scan. If India will export these to UK, ठीक है, अब एक्सपोर्ट करेंगे, so this will be cheaper because they have put import duty is very less or zero. So whenever we make MRI machine in India and export it to UK, it will become cheaper because ये सब चीज इंडिया में सस्ती बन जाएगी UK के मुकाबले. ठीक है, that's the idea. medtech companies, समझ गए ना, medtech companies, medical plus technology. So medtech कहेंगे, जैसे ये सब medtech है ना, medical plus technology, both are required. X-ray machine, ECG, MRI scan. So these machines, when we'll send to UK, it will be cheaper, है ना. So because UK will not be putting import taxes. That's the idea, है ना. Even chemicals पर भी they have removed a lot of tariffs. So chemicals we will send it to India from India. कोई fertilizers or any other chemicals we are sending from India to England will be reduced. Cheaper, will be cheaper. That's the idea behind this, है ना. Gems and jewelries, of course, I'm sure you must be aware. आपको पता है इंडिया का one of the largest, the most strength, powerful export sector is gems and jewelries. I'm sure you must have heard Surat is the largest diamond cutting industry. So we export diamonds, है ना, after cutting it, है ना, and gems, jewelries, etc. Also that will also get boosted. हाँ, then of course iron and steel में, iron and steel, of course, India manufactures, that will get cheaper. That's the idea behind this. Okay. So of course that is what you should be knowing. So when when India will send it to UK, iron and steel will also get cheaper. Okay. Startup ecosystem. ना इसमें और इंडियन हॉस्पिटल्स यूके के साथ वर्क कर सकते हैं सर्विसेज में. वी हैव डिस्कस की सर्विसेज में भी इंप्रूवमेंट की बात हुई है. नाउ इट विल बी इंप्रूव्ड. फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज, यूके इन्वेस्टमेंट फर्म्स कैन बी हायर्ड बाय इंडिया नाउ. अदर देन लीगल सर्विस, लीगल सर्विस को भी अलाउ नहीं किया गया. वी हैव डिस्कस सो मेनी टाइम्स. ये याद रखिएगा, ये पूछेंगे. ठीक है. एक्सक्लूजन मैंने कई बार बताया है. मिल्क प्रोडक्ट्स द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट. चीज, बटर, डेयरी स्प्रेड्स, ये सब मिल्क प्रोडक्ट्स जो है. एप्पल्स, पाइनएप्पल्स, पोमेग्रेनेट, वेजिटेबल्स में, सब्जी वगैरह में एक्सक्लूड किया गया. डबल ऑयल्स में ये सब एक्सक्लूड किया हुआ है. ठीक है. एक्सक्लूजन पढ़ लीजिएगा प्लीज. दिस कैन बी आज स्टार मार्क कर लीजिएगा. ठीक है. यहाँ पे वी आर नॉट अलाउइंग कि एक्सक्लूजन मतलब कि वी विल नॉट अलाउ यूके बेस्ड प्रोडक्ट्स टू कम टू इंडिया विद ड्यूटी फ्री एक्सेस. मतलब हम लोग ड्यूटी लगाएंगे. वी विल इम्पोज द ड्यूटी. वी विल नॉट अलाउ जीरो ड्यूटी इन दिस प्रोडक्ट्स. स्पेशली मिल्क वाला बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. वी हैव डिस्कस्ड. ठीक है. देखो अब इंडिया ना मैरीन प्रोडक्ट्स काफी एक्सपोर्ट करते हैं. यस, नहीं, एक्चुअली वी इंपोर्ट $104 मिलियन, लेकिन एक्सपोर्ट यूके इंपोर्ट्स ज्यादा है. मतलब वी रिसीव अ लॉट. तो ये बिलियन है, ये वाला मिलियन है. सो यू हैव टू बी वेरी केयरफुल. इसका मतलब क्या है? यूके एक्चुअली सेंड्स मच मोर टू इंडिया मैरीन प्रोडक्ट्स एज वी सेंड टू यूके. ये वाला, let's say this is number 1, this is number 2, so 1 is greater than 2, much greater than 2. So we are getting huge amount of marine products from UK, marine products like fisheries. Okay. So of course that will be reduced, so it will come with a reduced import duty. So we'll reduce the import duty so that they can send more, है ना? That's the idea. And कौन से states को सबसे ज़्यादा benefit होगा? It is said. So the major benefiters are Maharashtra, engineering, pharmaceutical, apparently, then Gujarat, then Tamil Nadu. Because of course इन लोग trade में आगे होते हैं, of course. तो जाहिर सी बात है, they will get more benefit. ठीक है. So this I have explained it in today's class. I'm sure we have discussed in today's class EFTA with 4 countries. And what we call it as TIPA agreement was signed between India and EFTA countries. And the second half of the class we discussed India-UK free trade agreement. So please subscribe to our channel, press the like button, share this video. Thank you everyone. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.